Alexei II will be remembered as the first patriarch of a new Russia. He led the revival of the Russian Orthodox Church after Soviet repression and united it with congregations abroad after the 90-year split which followed the Bolshevik Revolution. Born in Estonia in 1929 to a priest, Alexei Ridiger began what would become a lifetime of religious and diplomatic work. It seems he drew his inspiration at this monastery in Nikvi, Estonia.
At 21, he became a priest.
Ordained in 1950, he returned to Estonia and was later appointed the country's bishop.
In the 60s, this monastery, Soviets, Bolsheviks were going to close, and that was due to personal attempts of young Bishop Alexei that this monastery was preserved.
But much of his work soon went far beyond religion into politics. For more than 25 years, he worked in a conference of European churches, a body set up at the height of the Cold War to promote dialogue and friendship. The church had been brutally repressed in the Soviet Union, which promoted an atheist society.
We had to rescue all the places that they wanted to close down by any means possible. We had to deal with the people's sorrows. I remember a large number of priests who were deprived of their registration by the authorities. They were left with no place of residence and no means to survive. At that time, I entered the office of the business manager, and it was my job to get them settled and to give them a chance to carry on their ministry.
In the times of harsh economic reforms and shift in public values, Alexei did his utmost to defend morality and faith during the 90s. He was close to Soviet dissidents like the late Russian writer Alexander Solzhenitsyn, whose widow says the patriarch's death could end up helping Russia get through new tough times.
It's a great personal tragedy for me and my family. We knew the patriarch well. When we returned to Russia from the States, my husband and I had a long meeting with the patriarch. Not long before his death, Solzhenitsyn wrote to the patriarch asking for permission to be buried in a Donskoy monastery. Alexei gave his consent. So it's all very personal for me. The situation is difficult in Russia and the whole world now. And losses like the patriarch's death should be a call for unity. Hard times are ahead.
Alexei traveled widely, visiting more than 100 dioceses as patriarch and encouraged congregations to come back to the fold. And at the end of 2006, there were more than 27,000 active parishes throughout the old territory of the Soviet Union. He was active internationally, presiding over the reunification of the Russian Orthodox Church with the one outside of Russia in May 2007. The two churches had separated in the early 1920s, but relationships with other faiths proved more difficult. Alexei refused to meet with popes, accusing the Catholic Church of aggressive missionary policies in both Russia and traditionally Orthodox former Soviet republics, while he himself was accused of making the church a force for nationalism.
I think everybody will be filled with sadness because people knew that he genuinely cared for the church, whether in Russia or in America or in France or wherever we are. He truly cared for us, and he did so much in the years that he was patriarch that it will be a great loss for the church and for the people of the church.
But no Russian would deny he united the country after decades of harsh policies and turbulence. Today, 2/3 of Russia's population are Orthodox followers and are mourning their tremendous loss. The funeral will be held in Moscow, and thousands are expected to come pay their respects and witness the end of an era for the Russian Orthodox Church. Vanessa Naue, RT, Moscow.